Hello, Writers Workshop, and welcome back to Modernizing Classic American Poetry. Today we're going to get started with crafting your own poems. So let's take a look at what should be done at this point. First page of your assignment should be our Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening model poem. This is written by Robert Frost, and we already dissected this for rhyme scheme and meter, syllable count. We dissected it for figurative language, symbolism, imagery, enjambment, repetition, all kinds of good stuff. So you should have the first piece of the assignment completely annotated. On the second page, you should have a breakdown of the rhyme scheme on the left-hand side of the graphic organizer where you will be constructing your own poem. This is to help remind you of which lines should rhyme with which. So our goal is for you to complete one stanza per day, and a stanza is made of 4 lines. Each of your lines should be 8 syllables, and you should follow the rhyme scheme that's listed on the left-hand side. So day 1, stanza 1, AABA, day 2, stanza 2, BBCB, day 3, stanza 3, CCDC, and day 4, stanza 4 will be D, 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 and D, and the last 2 lines are repetitious. So if you're working on your poem today and you don't know where to start or what to do, fear not, I am going to take you through some steps that will help you brainstorm. So here I'm going to model where to start if you are completely lost and you don't even know where to begin with crafting your own poem. So first we need to inspire some ideas, and I always like to do this by creating mind maps and collecting words. So step 1 is to think of your topic and commit to your topic. Step 2 is to word collect, and I like to do this with sensory details. So I'm going to model how I might go along brainstorming and coming up with some ideas and how to craft the first stanza of your poem, and then I'll let you guys work and we can check back in together. Okay, so let's say that I've really brainstormed and I want to modernize Robert Frost's poem by making it something fresh and new, and I want to theme it on one of my very favorite things, which is ice cream. So I'm going to start by creating a mind map to collect some words that I associate with ice cream. So for your mind map, and I'll do this on this side, and then on the other side we'll start crafting our stanza. For the first piece of my graphic organizer, I want to collect sensory details. So in the center, I'm going to put my topic. Ice cream. And now I'm going to build out with sensory details. So think about, how does it smell? Taste? How does it look? How does it feel? How does it sound? Now, not all of these will make sense for your topic. So if you're doing your topic on your pet and you're doing your dog, then obviously you're not going to list words that go along with taste because you're not eating your dog, hopefully. So some of these will make more sense for topics than others, but just try and use it as best you can to collect words. So when I'm thinking of ice cream, I want to start off with taste. So what are some things that I can associate with tastes of ice cream? And you could do flavors, you could do toppings, things like that. So I'm going to collect some words now. Okay, so I'm just listing some words that I associate with the taste of ice cream. So for example, I have crunchy topping, sweet, sugary, strawberry is a good flavor that I enjoy, fruity flavors, chocolate. So those are just some words that I associate with the taste of ice cream. Now I'm gonna go in and fill in how ice cream feels, how it looks, how it sounds, and again, some of these will make more sense than others depending on what your topic is and how it smells. So first off, we're just collecting words, listing words we associate with our topic. So I'm collecting some words, and these are all about sensory details. Now, if there's any other words that I associate with my topic, I can add those in. So for ice cream, I definitely think of like Dairy Queen, or I think of Brewster's. So there's different like brands of ice cream that I think of. So I'm gonna add those in addition to all of the words that I associate with my topic with sensory details. Okay, so I'm done with my brainstorming process, and I have my topic in the middle, ice cream, and I built it out with a bunch of word associations that I have. This is a great starting point because it helps you brainstorm some ideas for your lines. So for each day, our goal is to create one stanza, and that stanza should be made of 4 lines of our modern poem. So following that graphic organizer, we've already annotated our mentor text, and now we know that we have a chunk of lines that we're going to be doing each day. So today we're going to be starting off with stanza 1. So stanza 1, we're going to start with a line that has 8 syllables. All of our lines will have 8 syllables. And we want to strategically end our line with a word that we know has a lot of rhyming words. because if you end your first line with a word that doesn't have a lot of rhyming words, it's going to be difficult for you to construct the other lines in your stanza. So I'm going to go ahead and make some lines for myself and remind myself of my rhyme scheme and also put my syllable count there as a placeholder. And then I'm going to look at my graphic organizer and be inspired by some of these words and craft an 8-syllable line. Okay, so I have that I'm doing my rhyme scheme of AABA. This is stanza 1, 4 lines in it. And remember, each of these lines needs to have 8 syllables. So I'm going to look at my graphic organizer and I'm going to pick out some sensory details, some descriptive words, and I'm going to use that as inspiration. So remember, when we're doing syllable count, if you want to be really accurate, I would suggest putting your hand underneath of your chin, and when you say a word, however many times your chin hits your hand is how many syllables are in the word. So for example, tasty is one of my adjectives up here. So if I put my hand here and I say tasty, my chin hit my hand 2 times, so that would have 2 syllables. So I'm thinking, okay, feeling cool, it's a tasty treat. These are some of my words from my graphic organizer. Let me think of something for a line. It could be a tasty treat with a cool feel. A tasty treat with a cool feel. That's 8, so that could be my first line. So I'll put that in now. Okay, a tasty treat with a cool feel. Can we see this? Okay, so I ended my first line with the word feel. So now that's going to be my A. So just visually looking, we have the first line as an A, the second line as an A, and the third line as an A. So my suggestion is, once you have your first line and you see what your last word is, you're going to use your iPad, and you can use an app or a web-based program as a supportive tool to help you find rhyming words. So one of the tools I like to use is a website that's called Rhyme Zone. So I'm going to type that in, Rhyme Zone, and then I'm going to type in the word that I'm trying to rhyme with. So mine is feel. So I'm going to go into Rhyme Zone and I'm going to type in feel, search, and then I have a whole bunch of different words that I can choose from to end my line. So I'm searching and I'm like, wow, there's a lot that I can work with. Them are 1 syllable, some of them are 2 syllable words. I have 3 syllable and 4 syllable and 5 syllable words that have that same one. So I'm searching for something that makes sense. And in here I see zeal, and zeal means like it's super exciting, it's different, it's out of the ordinary in a positive way. And so I feel like, okay, that could go with ice cream. So now I'm thinking of a second line that has 8 syllables that ends with a word that rhymes with feel. So take some time, think about what you want to do, try some stuff out. I'm thinking a tasty treat with a cool feel. I'm going to have that same thought flow on to the next line. We know that's called enjambment, so I'm going to put some enjambment in my poem. A tasty treat with a cool feel is a dessert with extra zeal. 8 syllables. So I'm going to put that in now. Okay, so again, this is an A. Feel, zeal. So my first 2 lines end with words that rhyme. Now, this third line of your first stanza is not going to rhyme with anything yet because it's not an A, it's a B. So this is setting up your next rhyme scheme that's going to flow into stanza 2. So you do want to end your third line with a word, again, that has a lot of rhyming words that could go along with it. So my suggestion is once you create that line, just go into Rhyme Zone, type in the word, and see if there are some rhyming words, a lot of them, that you could choose from and that makes sense for you. And if there's not, then try and rework the line until it ends with a word that has a lot of rhyming words that go along with it. So again, if you're stuck and you're like, I don't know what to write, I don't know, go back to your web, look at your words that you associate with your topic, find something that stands out and that's fun and that you feel like you could rhyme with. So I'm gonna think and I'm like, ooh, okay, I like different types of ice cream. So there's blizzards and frosties and milkshakes. So I'm going to put that together and do the blizzards, frosties, and milkshakes. 8. The blizzards, frosties, and milkshakes. Okay, now that, remember, doesn't rhyme with anything yet, but that's creating our B. So we're going to color code, or I'm going to color code milkshakes, B, milkshakes. So when I go to my next stanza, when I have a word, or when I have a line that's a B, I'm going to end it with a word that rhymes with milkshakes. Okay, and then the last line in my first stanza is an A. So I'm going back to the rhyme scheme that goes along with feel and zeal. So again, I can go back to Rhyme Zone. I can look up what's something that goes along with my topic that rhymes. So feel, zeal, meal. Ice cream comes at the end of a meal. So I have the blizzards, frosties, and milkshakes really work to complete a meal. 8. Okay, so I came up with that. I'm going to write that down. Really work to complete a meal. And this ends with a word that goes with my A, rhyme, meal. Okay, so that's how we're going to go about constructing our stanzas. My suggestion is first, put your topic in the middle. Second, think of some sensory details to build out. Third, just list words that you associate with smells and feels and sounds and tastes of your topic. Pack it. If there's anything that's not a sensory detail that you associate with a word, maybe some synonyms or some brands of whatever it is your topic is, pack that. Get as many words on there as you can, and then use this as inspiration when you're going to construct your stanzas. So this is a model of how I would go about doing the first stanza. You're going to do 1 stanza per day. That's our goal. So for our second stanza, that one's going to have a rhyme scheme of BBCB. So for that one, you're setting it up just the same. BB are going to rhyme with the last word of the third line in your first stanza. So make sure you're not starting out a new rhyme scheme there. Go back when you do your second stanza, look at the last word of your B. You're going to construct something that rhymes with that for your first, second, and fourth lines, your second stanza. The third line is going to be your C, so you're starting out a new rhyming word with your C on your third line, your second stanza. And we're just building it out. So this is the first step. If you have questions, please send me emails. You can join me with a Zoom and I can help you out from 3:05 to 3:20. And if you need extra support, you can always go on Calendly and you can set up a one-on-one where I can help you on Wednesdays. So let me know how it's going, and I can't wait to see what you guys construct. You have all week to work on your poems, and your poems will be turned in on Friday. So Friday before 3:30, you should have two things in the assignment. The first page is our Robert Frost Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening poem. That should be annotated. There's 2 instructional videos that help you annotate that. If you missed it, please review those. And then the second page of the assignment is going to be where you're constructing your poem. So we'll have 4 stanzas. Each of those 4 stanzas have 4 lines following our rhyme scheme, and each have an 8 count for syllables. So happy poem writing. I hope it turns out great. I can't wait to see what you guys do. And if you have questions, let me know. Okay, I'll check back in later. Bye, guys.